The problem we have in Nigeria is poverty mentality. Some people spend 3 days in church because they are not busy.
Immediately you step your leg abroad, you lose so many prayer topics. Imagine you going to US and say you are praying for a job, and the job is there waiting for you already.
I don't go to church because of salvation.
But what do you think about examples that show people can be moral without being religious?
Every individual is born with that innate ability to know what is good and what is bad. Like prostitution, as you said, now can you allow that act to be committed in your home? Going for prostitution means that you are poor financially, mentally. In a wealthy person that does prostitution,
Very.
Poverty is the root of all evil. Compare the crime rates in Africa, in US, to Japan, to China. Bear in mind that US is a religious country. Nigeria is a religious country. But look around all these countries that are not religious. They have low crime rates compared to what we have in these so-called religious countries.
If you have to break a moral principle for you to survive, is it acceptable?
Stealing is stealing, and that is a very bad behavior.
Particularly from where I am from, we had a justice system that was more like taboo based. At the point that you do what is wrong, the consequences is coming upon you immediately. You are able to hire the best lawyer. You will win the case over somebody that doesn't have that amount of influence, even though you are the person that is wrong. Welcome to another episode on I Define Podcast. Today, we explore a timeless question. What is the connection between morality and religion? Do we need religion to be good, or can we live moral life without religion? Whether you are new to these ideas or have pondered them for years, today's conversation will make these compacts clear and meaningful. Morality, at its core, means knowing right from wrong and treating others with fairness and kindness. Many believe religion is the source of morality, but science shows that even toddlers have a natural sense of fairness and empathy long before they learn religious teachings. Real-world examples like Sweden and Denmark demonstrate that strong moral values and social trust thrive even in largely secular societies. It is possible that morality likely evolved first to help humans survive and cooperate, while religion later helped reinforce these behaviors through shared stories and rituals. This perspective reminds us that being good is part of our shared human nature and encourages us to build communities founded on empathy, respect, and cooperation. These are values that run beyond religious beliefs. Today, we have the privilege of hosting Ikechukwu Goswe Nwokocha, a distinguished thinker whose insights span philosophy, psychology, and social science. Ikechukwu challenges us to rethink morality beyond religion and inspires a more inclusive, compassionate understanding of ethics grounded in our common humanity. Join us as he guides us through a thoughtful and illuminating journey into the origins, evolution, and true meaning of morality and religion. Please join me to welcome Ikechukwu Goswe Nwokocha. Welcome to the show, my brother.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chan.
It's always a pleasure to have you with us. You have shared so much meaningful content and a whole lot of people want to hear more from you.
Wow.
I believe today we're going to have a very impactful section as well.
Thank you very much. And I'm also very, very glad to be here.
You're welcome. You're always welcome. So, in a very simple definition, can you explain to us and the audience what you understand by morality? It looks like so many people have different understanding about what morality really means. So now, can you explain morality in a way that anybody with their level of understanding or background can understand morality?
Sure. Morality is a principle that help to guide us in understanding a bad or good behavior. Morality, every individual have a moral value. And that moral value, that's your bad character, your good character depends solely on the moral value of that individual.
Very well. So many people say you need religion to be good. But what do you think about research and examples that show people can be moral without being religious?
Okay, thank you very much. Uh, as you understand what it means, what morality is all about,
Mm.
I strongly believe that you don't need to be religious for you to have a good moral value,
Very well.
because moral value existed before religion. And even present day, there are some non-religious countries that have more moral value than some religious countries.
Yes.
So you mustn't actually be religious for you to have a good moral value. Though religion on its own teaches moral value.
Okay.
Religion on its own helps to shape that moral value in every individual.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that we cannot do without religion, that you must be religious for you to have a good moral value.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Well, all I can say already is this promises to be a very impactful session. I
Okay.
believe even from the get-go that they will share so many valuable insights on this very episode. So briefly, uh, let me ask you another question. Research is ongoing to find the origins of morality and religion, and so many research is currently showing that humans begin to have moral value even at the stage where they are still toddlers. And I think this corroborates with what you just said now. You said morality originated before religion. So I believe I think I agree with you on that point, because religion is taught. It is as somebody begins to grow and begins to understand that the person begins to learn. And that is when the person becomes religious, because we are not born religious.
Sure.
But research shows that these babies, these toddlers, as small as they are, they have the ability to associate with good and to try to avoid evil. So, what do you say about this? Do you have anything more to say about this current research that is coming up?
Of course, that is why I say that morality existed before religion. And every individual is born with that ability to decide what is good and what is evil. That is why even children, for an example, if you treat children very well, you find out that their response towards you will be a kind of positive response towards whatever energy that you give to them. They respond based on the energy given to them. So that shows you that every individual is born with that innate ability to know what is good and what is bad. But religion, as I said, is something that helps to shape that morality
Yes.
in you. And not only religion, there are so many societal or value that help to shape such morality in
Yes.
humans. So it's not necessarily religion.
Yes. The morality is there not really because of religion.
It's there, just as if now, taking for an instance
Yeah.
now, before religion came to Africa, for example, now Nigeria,
Mm.
in Igbo culture, moral value existed before religion.
Okay.
There are fairness, equity in every Igbo community before the introduction of religion in our communities.
Okay.
People were living happily, peacefully. There were a kind of civil justice,
Okay.
fairness, equity in the society.
Okay.
So, what can you now say about those days, those olden civilization before
The
we witnessed
advent of
religion?
religion.
So,
Yes.
people were even present day. You find out that there are so many countries today that are not religious.
Okay.
Like if you go to China,
Okay.
some of them are atheists.
Okay.
Some are they don't even believe in God. Sweden, Japan.
Yes.
Does that mean that they don't have moral value? They have more moral value than even what we have today in US, in Africa.
Yes.
I don't know whether I understand me.
Very well. I get
But
your
we are
point
not
very well.
saying that religion is bad. Because looking at religion today, religion does not only centers on, especially like Christianity, it does not
Yes.
only centers on salvation.
Okay.
They have also incorporated that moral value teaching in churches today. So it's not only moral like salvation that you can get from
Yes.
religion.
Yes.
So that is why we say that we are not condemning religion because it is another platform that helped to shape modern day civilization and moral value in
Yes.
individuals.
Yes. Yes. I agree with you totally. I agree with you totally. And I'll briefly ask you this. You know, so many people believe that morality originated out of the need for survival, because when the original humans, our ancestors, realized that they have to live together with one another and share resources, they had to come up with principles that will help them live together amicably. So I think, I don't know, but I'm asking you now, is it what you are actually referring to as morality? And does that give a definition to the origins of morality?
It's part because, as I said, there are so many factors that help to build that moral value in every individual. Religion is part of it. Society is part of it.
Yes.
Philosophical norm. All these things comes together to shape that moral value in every individual.
Yes.
Do you know that even religion can help to build a very bad moral value
Yes.
in individuals?
Yes. Yes.
For instance, now, let's take Boko Haram as an example.
Yes.
What happens there? Do you know that that ideology is born out of a particular context in religion?
Yes. I think I understand.
You understand me
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
And that is why some people are being brainwashed in the name of religion.
Okay.
Bear it in mind that we are not condemning any religion,
Yes.
but some bad sects are coming up from religion.
And they are using religion as a tool
That is what I'm trying to
to
let you
achieve
know.
some certain purposes.
You
I
understand
understand
me?
what you are.
So even religion on its own does not only preaches good moral value.
Yes.
If you are not careful, you'll be misled by also that religion. That is when it does more harm than good to the society.
Yes. Yes.
Now, you said something that regarding communities coming together
Yes.
to build a kind of principle that help them
To
bring that
survive.
survive and bring
Yes.
equity and
Yes.
fairness. That is the origination of morality.
Yes. And that pre-exists religion.
Before religion.
Yes. You are the next question I was going to
Thank you very
ask
much.
you, and I think you have briefly talked about it, but I would like you to give us more insights.
Okay.
Like the way religion helps to organized communities.
Okay.
You have just said it
Of
now that
course.
religion has its good aspects,
Okay.
and it helps in organizing community
Mm.
and giving direction to social life.
Yes.
But at some points, it also confuses people, and it also, just like you said, meaningfully. Sometimes it gives people a kind of wrong ideology. I believe that happens when people don't really get the ideal or the real interpretation of the religions they follow.
Of course.
So it gives room for them to be manipulated.
Of course.
I don't know if you can throw more light to that for us.
Let me give example now.
Okay.
I am a Christian. My family goes to church. I
Yes,
introduce
yes.
my like I have my own family church. And I make sure that my family they go to church every Sunday.
Okay.
But bear it in mind that church, the basic doctrine and the general understanding of church is salvation through Christ.
Yes, yes, yes.
But me, I believe that church, I don't go to church because of salvation.
Okay.
My family don't go to church because of salvation.
Okay.
I make sure that my family go to church because of the influence it has in a society. It helps to shape modern day civilization.
Yes, yes.
The reason is because I found out that so many churches today have so many programs. They have incorporated a lot of teaching in the church apart from what is in the Bible. They are now teaching moral values and principles
And-
that help to shape today's civilization.
And they also show
You understand?
socialization.
Socialization. If you go to church, you find out that you can go to church. You can even sometimes some churches give lunch.
Yes.
They have marital class and all those things that help to shape society, help to build your family and other things.
Yes.
So it's a place where you go to socialize.
Very well.
And bear it in mind that me, I believe that whatever you believe through faith becomes your master.
Very well.
So we cannot say that it is wrong for people to go to church.
Yes.
But when it is wrong, it's when you believe
That
without church, you understand me? That you are going to maybe hellfire or whatever. Me, I don't believe in heaven at last.
Yes, yes, yes.
I don't believe in that salvation.
Okay.
But I see church as a social organization that people comes together to unite, build equity, fairness, moral values in a society.
It helps to strengthen the moral values.
Of course.
Good. So now, you have made meaningful mention about places like Sweden, Japan, and Denmark, and other secular societies where religious practices are not really emphasized. But then you also made mention of how moral and how ethical these societies and how organized they are, even in the absence of religion. So what would you say gives that morality in these societies, even when, because the conventional belief is you have to be religious to be moral. But now that we are trying to separate religion from morality and we identify some cultures that or some countries that are moral even without religion, what would you say gives that sense of morality?
That is where nature comes into play. Me, I believe that the best religion is do unto others as you would want them to do to you. See, bro, even animals, they have fairness, equity, they have empathy. So humans are born with that ability.
Very well. Very well.
You understand me?
Yes.
There are so many things that teaches, even that is why I say philosophical norm. You can be non-religious, you believe in philosophy.
Yes.
There are some norms too. You understand me?
Yes.
Nature will teach you what is good and what is evil.
Yes. Yes.
Every human being knows that to kill another person is a very big crime.
Yes.
You understand me?
Yes.
So even animals, if you watch, sometimes you see maybe two rams, if they are fighting. Maybe now I've seen two rams fighting.
Okay.
One hit each other
Yes.
and that one die. You see that ram will be touching the ram.
Yes.
Please wake up, wake up. You find out that that's empathy.
Yes, it has a
Is
sense
there
of conscience
conscience?
that brings about guilt. And
You
that guilt now
understand
begins
me?
to help you shape character.
That is all.
That is
So
very,
if
very.
you look, that is why I say that even before religion, people have been living a very good life. I'm not even talking about even now that we even have religion. If you go to all these countries, that is why sometimes, even when I travel to, sometimes I will go to China and other countries, I will be like, I want to see their religious places and all this. People are focusing on technology.
Yes.
People are, if you compare you that think that you are religious, they have more moral value than you that are
Yes.
religious.
That is the bedrock of our conversation today.
So now that will not tell you that morality is not born out of religion. It is a natural phenomenon.
Yes, yes, yes.
But the only thing is that, it's just as if children, any direction, anyhow you direct them,
That is where they
that is
follow.
where they follow. They look up to you as their role model.
Yeah.
That is how society helps to shape that moral value in every human being. Church can equally do that. Not only church, mosque, religion in
Yes.
general can
Yes.
do that. Society, laws, even, do you know that, let's say for example, some of these countries that are not religious. There are some
Yes.
countries that are not religion. They don't do their judgment or laws based on religion or
Religious
whatever.
principles.
But still, the rules and law they are following preaches equity and
Just
fairness.
very, very important. Very,
You
very key
understand me?
point. Yes.
There are some non-religious countries. What can we say about their law?
Yes.
Do we say that these people are fools?
Yes, yes, yes.
They have more peace, love, empathy, equity. Even the economy are booming. So what happened to us? So we just need to understand that humans, nature is there to teach you what is good and what is evil.
Yes.
So you
yes.
mustn't be
religious for you to be.
Me, that religious is something that helps to shape to civilization, but morality does not solely depend on religion.
So, in communities without religion, what do you think helps people to build strong morals?
Okay.
Can things like caring for each other and working together replace religion when it comes to being good?
Of course, I've indirectly answered this particular question that you answered. Since we now understand that there are countries, non-religious countries, that have good moral value than some countries that are religious. And let me tell you, Mr. Chan, the problem we have in Africa and in Nigeria is poverty mentality. Let me throw more light on that.
Yes, yes, please do.
There are some countries with low crime rates.
Okay.
Do you know that if you wake up in the morning and know that there is food
On your table.
bro, you will not go to steal gari from someone.
Very valid. That's very valid.
So there are some crimes today, some bad moral values that we have because of societal influence.
Okay.
Make the environment suitable for people.
Okay. And some things
Moral value will naturally grow.
Okay.
You understand me?
Yeah.
We are being influenced by environment. So many environments are not suitable to nurture children.
Yeah.
And you know that, as I said, that society influences that moral value in you.
Yes.
If you wake up on a daily basis, maybe you raise your children in an environment that are not suitable. When you wake up in the morning, you see agboro. You wake up, you see this thing. It will influence that children.
Yes.
You understand me?
Yes.
But that have not really answered the question that you asked.
Yes.
But I'm just trying to throw more light
Yes, I
on
understand with you.
what's the problem that we are having that are influencing that moral value in humans, especially in
Yes.
this part of the world
Yes.
that governments have already dealt with us.
Yes. Yes.
Now, there are so many things that can help to build that moral value, coming together, caring for each other.
Yes.
Bro, you need to love yourself before you love others. You need to have before you give others.
You cannot give what you don't
cannot give what you don't have. So this country, some countries have made their environment suitable for equity, fairness, and justice without being justice system being influenced by the elite. And I don't know what else tell me. So you just have to, once you make that environment suitable, some things will grow naturally.
Yes. I agree with you. Okay. And we've made so much relevance to values, to morals, and good values and good behaviors, without actually mentioning what these morals are. And secondly, we have laid so much emphasis about morality and how it originates even at the stage of toddlers. Yes, I think we also need to emphasize that as good behaviors can originate at that stage, so also can bad behaviors. You understand? So for the sake of our audience out there, I would like you to give some of these moral or some of these morals, some of these good morals that we're talking about.
Okay. You know, there is something I said before. I quote about the best religion in the world is do unto others as you would want them to do to you.
Okay.
You and I know what is good,
yes,
and what is bad. As humans are born with that ability. Now, what is morality? What are these moralities that we are talking about? What are the things that when you do, you say that is a good moral value? Fairness, equity, justice, kindness, even loving your neighbors, you love yourself.
Yeah.
All these things are moral value. Now, do you need religion to be fair to people? Do you need religion to give equity and justice to the society? The answer is no. There are one question you asked before, and I told you that there are some countries that are not religious, and they have laws. They have justice system. And all this justice system preaches equity, fairness, and empathy. So these are the things that help to bring that morality. It helps to build that morality, which mustn't come from religion.
Yes. So now, thank you for that explanation. So now let me ask you, what about when it comes to do with personal things like personal behaviors, conduct that may not actually harm other people, but it has to do with your personal qualities as a human being. Let's make, for instance, prostitution.
Okay.
It's not really, if you're a prostitute, it's not really doing something that is going to hurt another person. It's doing something that is, even if it's a sin in the religious sense, it's against self because it doesn't really involve harming or hurting somebody else. Would you also say those are kind of like immoral, or would you consider it as bad moral?
Of course. It's
Okay.
anything that is what we refer as bad morals are things that influences others negatively.
Yes, yes.
Like prostitution, as you said now, can you allow that act to be committed in your home?
No, no, no.
That shows you that it is wrong.
Yes.
And I don't even believe that there is any part of the world, even the non-religious people, that will allow prostitution to be practiced in their home.
Yeah.
That is, I see that as poverty mentality.
Yes.
What do you derive from prostitution? Let's ask that question.
Yes, yes.
Two things is money, maybe let's say satisfaction. But let me tell you, if you have money, you will not go for that prostitution.
Yes. Yes. Because
Rather, you can buy pleasure.
okay.
Going for prostitution means that you don't have the money. You are
Yes.
poor
Yes.
financially, mentally.
Yes.
Because once you have money, you can no longer. Have you seen a wealthy person that does prostitution
Very,
before?
very difficult.
No, it's very, very,
Very
difficult.
difficult.
So I think that is environmental influence. That environmental influence can be caused by bad government,
Yeah.
lack of employment, lack of job opportunities. When all these things, and that is why I say that there are some countries with low crime rates.
Yeah.
Take those countries, you will see that the basic amenities are there. When you are busy making money, you cannot sell your body just to make money. That is poverty mentality.
Yes. I agree with you.
And that is why I so much believe that poverty is the root of all evil.
Yes.
Not
I think
even some people will tell you that like it will tell you that like
the love
Bible
of
teaches
money
us that love of money is the root of all evil. Me, I will tell you that
is poverty.
poverty is the root of all evil.
Yeah, I think I agree with you on
Thank
that.
you.
So as the world is they say the world is a global village today.
Yes.
That means anybody from anywhere can live anywhere today.
Of course.
So that means there is an increasing tendency for people of different religious faiths, or even people who doesn't believe in religion at all, to live together with one another. So now my question to you is, how do they derive moral standards that will enable them to live together meaningfully and interact with each other meaningfully, being that they have different religious beliefs? And why I'm asking you this question is, if you come to religion, some things that are tolerated in one particular religion may be taboos in another religion. So now that people of different religious beliefs are to stay together and live together, how do they draft or form moral principles or moral standards that will enable them to live with each other meaningfully?
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You know, that is let me ask you one question. What about China?
Yes.
What about Japan? What about Sweden? These countries are non-religious countries.
Yes.
Now, compare the crime rates in Africa, in Nigeria.
Yes.
Compare the crime rates in US to Japan, to China,
Yes.
to all these countries.
Yes.
But bear it in mind that US is a religious country. Nigeria is a religious country. But look around all these countries that are not religious. They have more low crime rates compared to what we have in these so-called religious countries.
Okay.
You understand me?
Yeah.
So there are so many things. Philosophical norms, government policy, rules, and regulations. Bro, the problem we have in all these countries, especially, let me take, for instance, is Nigeria.
Yes.
So many crimes today are born out of poverty. So many bad characters that you see today is born out of poverty.
Yes.
When the system is working, when the system, the euro, everything is positivity, you will see that things will thrive. Moral
Naturally.
value naturally we thrive.
Okay. Okay.
So not only, like I said, that there are so many factors that brings about morality.
Yeah.
Government policy, government rules, laws in place.
Yeah.
Like what we have those days in like Igbo communities, where when you go to communities, they have their moral values, they have
Yes.
their what that the principle that guides every activities in that
The
community.
cultural
That
identity.
cultural identity. You understand me?
Yes. Yes.
Which was that has nothing to do with religion.
Yes. Yes.
So when you mention it, you find out okay, go to those countries now. There's no
Yes.
religion, but they have good moral value.
So
What's
let
going on there?
okay. So let me ask you now. Let us bring the answer to our place, Nigeria now.
Yes.
Nigeria has not civilized up to the stage of China, where they have learned that without religion they can still do well. So, what do we do as Nigerians in regards to how religion affects our morality? Because if you come to Nigeria now, you see that we have the Islamism, we have Christianity, we have traditional religion, and then we have people that don't even believe in religion at all. So now we have to live together in Nigeria. So how do we? And you see that most times there are some tensions that arise that lead to some immoral behaviors or social vices in the society. So how now in Nigeria, what do you suggest, or how do we come to understand that we can live without religion?
Now, thank you very much. I think that what we just need to do is just to bring a policy that preaches equity, fairness, and justice. Not only in Nigeria, we have Islam, Christianity, and whatever. Even in America,
Yes.
we have that too.
Yes.
But the justice system should always preach justice, equity, and fairness. Once we have that in place, every other thing will be fine. The problem we're having with what you call Nigeria today is that, bro, we are divided in different parts, both economically, religious, religion, everything. So that is a problem we have in Nigeria. And we believe that in Nigeria there are some people that are supreme to others.
Yes.
We believe that in Nigeria there are people that own Nigeria, meanwhile others are slaves.
Yeah.
You understand me? But all these countries that are thriving, there are equity, there are fairness. And that is the origin of morality.
Good moral.
You understand me?
Yeah.
You don't see, even in Nigeria, we know what is good and what is bad, aside religion. But that is corruption that we have in Africa that is affecting that moral value.
It's diminishing the moral value.
Give a suitable environment. Provide what is needed. Coordinate the country. You will see good moral value.
A kind of transformation.
You see, every time we are having jungle justice, you see people stealing food. People stealing food. Bro,
just for survival.
Just for survival. Let me tell you one thing. You are here now asking me this question. Bro, if you don't have food to eat, you will not be here.
Yes.
Because maybe now you will be in one farm looking for what to eat.
We're trying to satisfy the
you
primary
understand
needs.
me? You need to pass from one state to another. You're talking about fairness and equity when hunger is killing people.
Yes.
You understand me? Provide the basic amenities. Do all those things that are needed and allow that potential that everyone is born with. It will grow on its own.
Yes.
It's just that the environment is not suitable. It's a kind of, it's just as if in the children, if you give them poor food, it will result to stunted growth.
Yes.
That is certainly what we have in Nigeria. It's because of the environment. You are not giving them that enabling environment to grow, to thrive.
I agree with you on that.
Thank you.
I agree with you on that. But let me ask you this question. People talk a lot about the idea that what is wrong or what is bad is based on the situational context.
Okay.
What it means here is if you have to break a moral principle for you to survive, Is it acceptable? Like when you have to, like maybe you are hungry, you've made mention of hunger now, and you are going to die if you don't eat something, and then you have an opportunity to steal. You know it's breaking a moral principle.
Of course.
So will you go ahead to steal to survive, or will you allow that hunger to kill you? That is where people say good or bad is based on the situation. I don't know if you understand. So what do you have to say about this?
See, let's first of all understand the reason why you maybe individuals or people do what they do,
Yeah.
like stealing, as you say, people steal for survival. You understand me?
Yeah.
So it is born out of poverty.
Which
But
is
that,
in
you understand
agreement
me,
with
with
what
what I just
yeah,
explained
yeah,
earlier,
yeah.
that if we have all these things in place, I think people will not be talking about
Naturally,
you understand me, be
the
talking
other
about
seems to
stealing
die
for
out.
survival and whatever. So
Yes.
that is why I don't even want to answer that question,
Yeah.
because I don't believe that woman should be stealing for survival.
Yes, yes.
And it shouldn't be counted for them as it's not moral value. Stealing is bad everywhere.
Yes,
You understand me?
yes.
So there is no any government, there is no any this thing that will justify that you steal because you
Because
are hungry.
are hungry.
You understand me?
Yes.
Stealing, you call it stealing.
Yeah.
Stealing is stealing. And that is a what? A very bad behavior.
Yes,
But why I
yes.
don't want to go straight to the question is that how do we even get to that point in life that woman should embrace stealing for survival?
Like if everything that is being
You
supposed to
understand
be
me?
in place is actually in place.
Bro.
Now, let me ask you something, because this, as you're saying this, it's bringing an idea into my head. Those countries that were mentioned that are secular countries and they don't really have religion,
Yes.
it could be as a result of good policies that are in place,
Of course.
that are bringing about the good morals.
Of course.
So that means if good policies are in place, morals will naturally follow.
You see, it's just as if now take for instance now in Nigeria, our moral value is zero. Because go to our justice system, there's somebody will steal through Yahoo, you kill them. But you are in your office stealing with pen and paper. They will give you project of 1 billion naira. You will siphon maybe 75% of that money. That is the problem we have in Nigeria. Things should start working. Once, bro, all these things you are talking about religion, in the morning people will go to church. They will start praying from morning till night. Bro, if the economy is working, if there are employment, people are engaged with one or two activities for survival, bro, our mentality about religion will start
to change. I agree with you, because so many people have said immediately you step your leg abroad, you lose so many prayer topics because they don't have relevance.
Of course.
Imagine you going to US and say you are praying for a job, and the job is there waiting for you already, for you to select which one you want to do. But if you are in Africa today, you have to pray day and night just for you to get a job.
Okay, now just imagine people can, maybe there are some people that the 7 days we have in a week, some people spend 3 days in church, in religious centers, because they are not busy. So they need to make the environment suitable for people with potential to thrive.
I agree with you totally. So now, briefly, we are trying to round up our session for today, but let me ask you this question. There is a saying that catch them young. It means whatever you want to do in the life of a human being, you have to start it at a very tender age. So now, what are your solutions? Because what we are trying to do here is we're trying to have conversations around areas that will bring change or will initiate change in the minds of listeners. So now, how do we begin to change the upcoming generation with these conversations? How do you feel morals can be taught or into children?
Of course, like we mentioned, society, which is environment, have a very powerful influence in nurturing children. So, that is why what I now say that if the environment is not suitable, that everything that grow in that environment
We find it difficult to
you
thrive.
understand me? So I think now it's beyond family because you can do well for your family, but bear it in mind that your children are still living in that environment, which can have a very negative impact
Yes,
in their
in
moral
their life,
value.
in their upbringing.
So there are a lot of things that we need to do. One, our government should start working. Families, our
Yeah.
education system, church, as we said, all these things will come together to nurture that moral value in children. And once you nurture that, they will grow
They'll
with that.
grow with it, and it
I
becomes
think
a
the
part
major
of their
problem we have is environmental factor.
influence. Okay.
So the environment is not suitable because the system is not working.
Yeah.
So everybody just sees here as survival of the fittest. You can do anything to survive.
Yes.
But bro, when you have a lot of opportunities, there are some things that you will not be thinking of.
Guys, I agree with you. I agree with you totally. So now, you see, we are talking about influence now,
Yeah.
and in our country or in the setup of democracy,
Yes.
we have leaders, we have people that are in control of things. These are the politicians,
Yeah.
and you know what I'm talking
Of
about.
course.
So I would like you to explain to us how you feel politics and power they affect what people think is good or bad.
Take for example, in Africa we have justice system, but it's totally poor, especially in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Our justice system here is based on people that are more influential, and it does not preach equity and fairness. See Nigeria now. If you don't have money, if you don't have somebody, see our justice system is just zero.
It's not transparent.
It's not transparent. It's not favorable. It's not just. They call it justice. That justice should be just in nature. It should not favor anybody based on political influence or whatsoever. So I think that the problem we have is beyond family. That is why people today blames family that you're not teaching your children or you're not doing that. Bro, it's beyond that. Family have their role to play. Government, society, everybody have their roles to play.
Yes.
Bro, if this country is working, there will be low crime rates in this country. Look other countries that are kind of thriving.
Yes.
Look what is their crime rate? It's very, very low compared to what we have in all these countries.
Yes.
So I think here now the summary is that our government should do more.
There's more that they can do. So, like you made mention of the justice system. The justice system is something that actually interests me, and I like talking about it. And having the opportunity to talk to you today as a thought leader, I would like to ask you, before the advent of religion or the advent of democracy and all these things that we have today, just like you say, we have our own justice system.
Of course.
We have our own communal values. We have everything in place. Now, one area that interests me very well is this justice. Like, particularly from where I am from, we had a justice system that was based, it was so transparent. I can say it was more like taboo based.
Of course.
But everybody knew that at the point that you do what is wrong, the consequences is coming upon you immediately. Even if it doesn't come, you cannot escape the consequence. And the consequence cannot jump from you to go and land on somebody else. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yes, I understand.
So that means the justice system was very transparent. But in the current disposition now, you see that if you go to court and you have more influence, you're able to hire the best lawyers or the best legal aids, you win a case over somebody that doesn't have that amount of influence, even though you are the person that is wrong.
You know why? That is why, first of all, why you're saying this is because of where you find yourself and this part of the world today. That it now makes you now, you start trying to assess or analyze to know
Which
if
is better?
what we have before
Is
is better
better.
than what we have today.
Mm.
The answer is no.
Mm.
It's not better.
Mm.
But I think the problem is where we find ourselves today, because the justice system in the world today is okay, and if you find yourself where the system is
Is
working,
working.
you will not be thinking about what you had before.
Yes,
Although what we had before was okay, but there are some limitations.
It hard.
Do you understand me?
Yes,
But
yes.
today, I'm telling you that even in Nigeria, we have our justice system. If our justice system is not compromised, bro, it also teaches what? Equity, fairness, because justice system everywhere in the whole world is almost the same.
Yes.
Their
yes.
penalties of defaulters, you understand
They
me,
are
might not
clearly
be the
different.
same,
Yeah.
but bro, fairness, equity, and justice
It's
will
always
always.
upheld.
So the problem we have today is that our justice system is being compromised, is being influenced by the elites and the people that have more political power.
Yes.
So once if we can balance that, you will find out that what we have is okay.
I understand. I agree with you totally. I agree with you totally. So, to come to the conclusion of today's episode, we have said a whole lot of things. So my question to you is, after all that we have said, what is the one thing that you would like our listeners to take home, no matter which religion they believe in, or even if they don't believe in any religion at all? What is the one thing you would not want them to miss from this episode?
Oh, the only thing I can say here for our listeners is that believe in fairness, believe in equity, believe in justice, and do what unto others as you wish them to do to you. That is true religion, because I believe that everyone knows what is wrong, everyone knows what is right. Most of the social voices we have today is born out of one thing or the other. It might be poverty. You understand me?
Yes.
That is why I say if all these things are in place, we will not be having all these social
Yes, they will die a natural death.
of course.
Yeah.
So one thing I just want to put in the mind of our listeners is that whatever you do in life, do to others as you would want them to do to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. You have so much, you've said a whole lot today.
Thank you, Mr.
And I
Chad.
believe our listeners are going to take home a whole lot of new insights.
Of course.
Thank you. You have justified your presence here, just like always. Thank you so much.
You're
for
welcome,
coming.
Mr. Chan.
And
You're welcome, Mr. Chan.
before we end the episode today, I will advise us to go and follow us on all our social media platforms. You can search for I Define Podcast on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We are TikTok. We're everywhere. Make sure you go, click, and follow. Thank you so much.